Hey, what's up, obscure mic people? Bark, I'm back, and I'm excited as hell to give you a really cool microphone that you might be like, they ripped off Shure. Okay, maybe a little, but it's fine. Maybe a lot, I don't know. It's the Relacart PM2 cardioid dynamic podcasting microphone. Real sound as always. Look at the green screen, just making that nice and translucent. The Relacart PM2, it's an XLR and USB microphone, very much in the mold of the Shure MV7 or whatever it's called, but a little longer, more attractive in my opinion. The weight is great, and it does a lot, and the price is what's most important. Yeah, does it look a lot like that? Yeah, but mics look, all kinds of mics look like other mics. MXL mics look like this mic. You know what? Just grab what you have in your budget. Use your budget on a good mic if you find a good mic, and don't worry about what it looks like or what it copied or what it is. It a little bit despicable sometimes? Sure, but it's about us anyways. It's about the consumer. And Relacart, they did send this over to me for my honest review, and I've got to say the price $149.99 on Amazon right now. There's a $30 off coupon, so you're looking at $119.99 for a microphone that does a hell of a lot. But just so you know, it is a cardioid dynamic microphone. Again, XLR, USB, built-in headphone jack, controls on the mic up here. I'm sure you can see the lights flashing. But let's do an unboxing and then talk about some more. The mic comes in a nice cardboard box like most mics do, but it is a nice looking box. It looks professional. As soon as I opened it, I got excited. Then I saw that there's software on the back you can download. That's pretty exciting stuff. You unbox this thing, and the first thing you see is flaps. That's what she said. That was terrible. Okay, so we've got some documentation here. First thing that I notice, paper folded in half, stapled in the middle in the form of a book. Documentation. You get adapters, a USB C to A, and a Lightning for, the iOS stuff, which I got an iPad coming to do more testing. USB C to C cable. Always good to know that it's USB C before pulling it out of there. So let's go ahead and do that. Got a adapter, 5/8 3/8 inch adapter. Can see that right off the get-go, and it's gold. Got an empty box with a hole in the bottom. Got a controller, Shure M367, and a bagged mic. We take the mic out of the bag, and we see that this is very MV7-like, but it is longer in the back, which appeals to me. XLR port, headphone jack, and USB-C, and we got some controls that look just like the MV7. I know it's a little rip-offish, but you know what? This thing is half the price, so just save your judgment. I really do like the longer form factor, though. I think the MV7 just looks weird being the same length on both sides of the yoke. Underneath the foam windscreen, you got the handheld aesthetic, just like the MV7. And when you take the grill off, you've got a nice looking capsule with a little pop filter built in. And it's Relacart branded, which gives me a little more peace of mind than normal. Actually has the name of the company on the capsule. Let's throw everything back together and try a Shure SM7B windscreen, which does not really work. Fuzzy one at that. Got a big old sucker we can throw on there, though. That works. Stays on. Got another windscreen that's just kind of different. A little more of a gap between it and the other. Might help with plosives. All right. So, again, we've got the controls here. We got LEDs for the mic and the headphones. We got a mute button. We got the USB-C, the headphone jack, the XLR port. Yoke mount's nice. It's all metal. Everything's nice and metal. Really a nice looking mic. I'm going to go ahead and use the adapter to hook this thing up so I can show you the LED lights that are on the microphone's touch panel. All right, so just like the MV7, you slide, and green means you're adjusting the gain. Red is just unused gain. So, we're a little over halfway up on the volume right now. There's the mute button, turns red, turns everything off. And then after everything goes away, you've got indicators that kind of show you what levels you're getting when you tap on the mic or talk into the mic. You get that moving level meter. Up and down we go. That's how you adjust the volume. Red means it's unused. Green means it's being used. So the more green you got, the higher output. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about what makes this mic kind of special. Now, again, there's a lot of microphones coming out right now that are also special. Bronson over at Audio Hotline just did one on the Milano PDX 400, and that has a lot in common with this. Now, the Milano is on Kickstarter, which I find to be weird, and their software looks pretty good, but there is a few things their software doesn't do that this does do. So Relacart, I didn't even know Relacart existed till they reached out, but I'm glad they did. This one comes with software called Me Audio that you can download on your Android or iPhone, and not quite yet, but there is a PC app as well that is in beta mode. I have that PC app. Relacart sent that over to me to use. It is a little buggy, but it does also work with a tiny bit of patience. So when that's not in beta and comes out, that will expand on this mic quite a bit. But the Me Audio software, it's free, has a lot of features, EQ, parametric, and graphic, compressor. It has a high pass filter. You can mix between your monitoring and your playback, your direct monitoring and your playback. You can adjust your gain. You can mute the mic. You can do pretty much anything you want to do with the software as far as adjusting the tone and sound of the mic goes. Now, this is the mic in just XLR mode, but I am also going to blend in some USB mode as well. That way you can hear that with it. I'll jump back and forth a few times here and there, but all of the examples of the software, that is going to be done in USB mode, because in XLR mode, you can adjust nothing. You get nothing in XLR mode because that's going to be your hardware it's connected into, not the hardware built into the mic. So let's do some tests, and then we'll move on to some of the software. Now, this thing, windscreen on, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Let's take the windscreen off. I mean, there's no reason, but at the same time, there is. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle pineapple pizza. Back on we go. When you get right on top of the Relacart PM2, this is what it sounds like when you are directly on top with a centimeter between you and that sweet foam. This is what it sounds like when you are right on top of that sticky icky. All right. Now let's do some off-axis rejection. We're going to turn the mic. Now let's turn the microphone 90 degrees off-axis so you can hear what it sounds like rejecting that noise and mouth and stuff. Talking into the side of the Relacart. As you can see, it's a longer mic than the MV7. Now we're going to turn it 180 degrees, or I'll turn myself to help you out there. 90 degrees yet again on the Relacart, and then back around to the front of the microphone. So we got that. Let's go ahead and do some clicky-clacky on the keyboard. That way you know what the off-axis rejection sounds like if you're typing a long-ass email to your pen pal in prison. Let's talk about the software. PC first, app second, and kind of come back to this thing on some closing thoughts. All right, so we are going to check out the Me Audio software in PC, Windows application. This is in beta, so Relacart sent the software over to me. It's not released yet, but there's a Relacart Me Kit virtual device. Looks like a little Rode style, input interface, but we're using the PM2. We're going to hit start on the PM2. You see that it is connected there. We've got a parametric EQ. You can do a graphic EQ as well. So whatever's blacked out, that's what's in use. You can mix between monitor playback or computer playback and your microphone. So that's something you can do on the fly there. We can adjust our gain and take that up 20 decibels 220 decibels, 1916. We were at 14, so you can play with the gain there. The solo, I'm not sure what the solo thing is, but it seems to also change the levels a little bit. Let's change the levels. There we go. We got an indicator over here showing your bars here of your sound you're hitting. We got a high pass filter we can enable, and that there's a 75 hertz high pass and a 150 hertz high pass. So we've got those. There's the 150. Now there's the 75. 75 sounds bassier. Turn that high pass off, and then you're back to this. We have a compressor. We can turn that on, and right now we're on low compression. We can go mid compression, which severely takes our levels down. High compression, which really takes our levels down. But yeah, you can do presets here. You can use like preset 1, and we can save what we've going on here. So if we want to turn on that high pass filter right there, and maybe the low compression, we can do that and save that as preset 1, which brings up some craziness there that I just don't understand. So you hit OK, and you've got all this stuff here. This is definitely going to be a work in progress as far as the PC app goes, but you know, is what it is. Let's see. We can go this and hit read and OK, and I think that's going to load preset 2. Parametric EQ. Let's see if this does anything. If we can like crazy this out quite a bit. Oh yeah, we sure can. All right, so the parametric EQ on the computer here is working okay. We can take that down. We can flatline everything. Take out all the peaks and presences. We can scoop that out and V-shape that a little bit, or we can go all nasally and go like that. Nasal. All right, so back down to there. So the parametric EQ is working good. We've got the compressor on, a high-pass filter on. We'll turn the high-pass filter off and give ourselves a little bump here, and a little presence, and a little this, and a little that, and a little sparkle up top, just a tiny bit. So we can play around with this a lot and kind of get what we want. We can drop the bottom out completely. We can do, there's just a lot of things we can do with the software. But again, it is in beta, so it's something you're probably going to have to be patient with on this, but it is very promising that we have this at all. So that's pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. Love playing around with the parametric EQ. We can go super harsh now too. Actually, we can triple harsh this crap up. Let's freaking harsh it up, bro. Harshness. Yes. Oh, listen to that beautiful modern tone. Harsh as hell. Don't like it? Don't like it. A little bit, yeah. A little 3 decibel peak there. A little sparkle. Like my low end. You guys know that. So there's a little more low end. I kind of want to turn that parametric EQ back to the way it was. There's that. Reset. There we go. So there's the reset on the parametric EQ. Not sure how I didn't see that to begin with. You get the idea. Let's check out the mobile app. This is the software here. Oh, there's Bronson. Hold on a second here. I just want to show you the Me Audio app. And as you can see, there is an indicator up here. See the green bar moving back and forth up there, right in this area. And you got your compressor, which is right here. So I've got that on low. You can change that low, mid, high. Turn that off. I'm going to turn it back on because I like the low compressor. I think that sounds good. We've got the high pass you can click on. There's your 75 hertz. There's your 150 hertz, kind of like the 75. Playback, you can mix it, back and forth and mix that and mix and mix and mix and mix and mix and mix and mix. The mobile app is very much more ready than the PC app, obviously. We can adjust the monitor right here, and we can adjust the mic gain right here, right here, right here. Works really well on the app. Go back to about 14 dB. So there's all that. Not much else here. It's all kind of on one screen, but your EQ, of course, you can tap onto that and go into your parametric or switch to your graphic EQ right there. I do like a good graphic EQ. I will say that. Go ahead and go up there, do this, do that. Little sparkle on top, little extra presence. Cut out a little bit more of the mids there. You can do so much. You can go back to then we can switch back over and kind of mess with that stuff like this and go back to our good old nasally sound. And so, yeah, it's the app works really, really well. There we go. Oops. Well, shoot. Anyways, PM2, we'll go back into it. At least see that part again. EQ. Now that I've got that worked out, this, what the heck? What did I do? Oh, it muted. But now that I've got this back up, you can see that I'm getting bassy and adjusting these levels, and just a really cool thing. If you want to use your phone for Zoom meetings, you can go in, adjust all your settings, and then go do what you need to do. Really cool. Let's hit reset on it. Go back to flat. Of course, it's not going to sound super flat till we turn off our high pass, our compression, and get back to the normal sound of the mic, which is this. And now we can go into our presets. I had a preset on one there. I must have reset it. Let's see if I have anything else. Nope, I don't. So I didn't do any presets on the mobile app, but if I did, I turn on my high pass, turn on my compressor, go in and play around with my EQ just a little bit. All right, so we've got in there an EQ. Now that we've got that on there, now let's go to presets, go to 1, scroll down, save, replace it. Yes. So now you can see I've got my low compressor, my 75 hertz high pass. The mic's down just a tad. EQ, it's showing what I did in there. And yeah, so we're good. We're good there. We've got our preset there. So now if we go off the preset and hit recall on this second one, so now we're back to like the normal sound of the mic again, but we can go back to that preset we just made and hit recall and get a lot of that low end back and get that preset back. So this is, I think the mobile app is absolutely where it's at, and it makes this mic extremely, extremely useful. All right. So in my opinion, the microphone sounds fine in XLR mode and fine in unprocessed USB mode, but it is just fine. I do want to go ahead and give a little demo here of the F-Deuce. Little disclaimer. So the F-Deuce you can get for $60 when it's on sale. This is double. So I still think there is a market for the F-Deuce. I will say, though, upon further review with the F-Deuce, the USB mode is just not great. It is way too boomy. And I would like to test this on a female voice. I'd like to get a female voice on this show. Maybe if you're a female that watches the channel and you have a mic, you could send over a clip and volunteer. That'd be fine. But for mics that, people don't have, I'm going to try to get a female voice into this, because I think in USB mode with a female voice or a higher pitched male voice, it would probably sound okay, but anything bassy at all is too boomy. So that kind of kills a little bit of the functionality for me. That being said, I think the XLR mode of this sounds really good, and I'm going to switch over to it. I'm just going to directly go from one to the other with the same plug, so you can kind of hear the unprocessed both ways. And the reason I want to do that is because this is literally half the price of this. So, and I know this sounds pretty good in XLR mode. That's kind of why I wanted to do it too. So you could get the idea of whether the F-Deuce is for you or if the Relacart is for you. Because honestly, I think both of them are fantastic values, and I still like the F-Deuce. I think maybe the USB mode, I don't know. If you talk far enough away from it, it's going to be good. Or if you just apply a simple, low cut in post-processing, it's still going to work for you. So it's not useless. It's just so different in USB mode that it is a little less stellar than when I reviewed it. Just a little. I mean, just a little. The Relacart, on the other hand, I think it sounds pretty good in USB and XLR mode, and then it really shines when you use that processing, in the app or the PC app. So really, really cool microphone. It's one of the best deals I think I've seen. Period. Honestly, it's $119.99 right now. If you want to do mobile recording, or if you want, an XLR mic that sounds pretty solid, because it does sound solid. It's a little thin, not anything special, but it is solid and it's workable. It's very workable. But that USB connection, unlike the F Deuce, really shines on the Relacart, and it really gives you some great options to fine tune your sound however you want on a phone or a PC without buying anything else. I mean, $119.99 and you can tailor your sound how you want with this podcast microphone. So I highly recommend it. I'm actually going to do something new and give this the first ever Bark Award. I'm just going to say Bark Award and put a little graphic on the screen and say the Relacart PM2 gets a Bark Award. $119.99. This is a stellar option for the money. So cool. Relacart, thanks for sending this over. This is going to be a contender against the Milano PDX 400, MV7, all those things, but those are all more expensive than this as well. So you can fine tune your sound for $119.99 or pay more. Give me $119.99. Again, link in description, $30 off coupon right now. Shure mics, I appreciate everybody watching yet again. This mic is, I'm just going to say it's fantastic. What you can do with it, it's fantastic. I gave it a Bark Award. I should just shut up now. God dang. Okay. Peace out.